Quick post-fight toss to Oleksandr Usyk versus Tony Bellew. Oleksandr Usyk wins by an 8-round KO. I believe it was a KO, not a TKO, because the referee waved it off before the count was finished. So it's a KO, and this was a great fight. This was, to an extent, the fight I predicted, in a sense that I expected Usyk to win, late, and I suppose you can consider the 8th round relatively late. I didn't expect it to be like that, though. What I mean is, I expected Usyk to just dominate the fight from start to finish and just, slowly, methodically break down Tony Bellew, which he kind of did, but it was a lot harder and a lot more competitive than it was. I think it's definitely conceivable that you could have had Tony Bellew ahead by the time he was stopped. Definitely. I know two of the judges did, because Tony Bellew boxed a way I never thought he could against Usyk. I mean, the first round was a real nothing round. I gave it to Bellew because he was a little bit busier. It was almost, I'm not going to say it was similar to the Myris Briedis fight, because it wasn't, but Tony Bellew was using his skill, which, he has some skill there, and he was, getting to Usyk a bit. I think Usyk was really trying to just find his feet, because it wasn't as straightforward as, say, Gassiev, who, although he does things better than Bellew, he kind of played into, Usyk's hand a bit, whereas Bellew was a bit more kind of fiddly and tricky, and I think it took Usyk a little bit of time to get the grips with things. And Usyk started pressuring Bellew, and you could really tell when he started really sitting down on the shots. Like, I think it was the 6th round where he started to kind of get to Bellew a bit. I think it was the 4th round as well. He landed the left hand on top of Bellew's head, which kind of buzzed him a bit. So Usyk, when he really started, sitting down and cranking on the shots, he was kind of getting through with Bellew. He was getting through to Bellew, and he was getting the shots off. And he definitely was. He had the power to hurt Bellew, which I said he probably would have. The end of the fight came in, I believe, it was the 8th round. And at that stage, Usyk was starting to get a foothold in the fight. Bellew was starting to tire a bit. And Usyk landed a left hand, which appeared to buzz Bellew, and came back with another 1-2, a left hand straight down the pipe. It laid Tony Bellew out, and he made an effort to get up, but there was no way he was beating that count. If he got up, he would have been knocked out cold probably. So the referee did the right thing, stopping the fight. And that's all she wrote. That's the fight. That's Tony Bellew's career essentially finished in a nutshell. He's retired. What can I say about Tony Bellew? He is one of the biggest overachievers I've ever seen. He's a likeable guy. He's made a lot of money. He's never taken a massive shellacking in the ring, so I'm sure he'll have all the senses for years to come. And, he's had a great career, world champion, undefeated at heavyweight. Even though he's only had 2 fights, I'm sure you could still count that. So massive credit has to go to Tony Bellew. And he didn't have to take this fight, which is another thing. So massive credit to Tony Bellew. I wish him well in a great retirement. And Oleksandr Usyk, what can you say? Move forward, and I think definitely he'll go up to heavyweight, and he'll need some time to find his feet in that division. I think he'll need to fight, I think, the likes of maybe a Derek Chisora, a Dylan White, Artur Szpilka, who fought last night against Mariusz Wach, and I believe he won. I think that would be a perfect first fight at heavyweight for Oleksandr Usyk, if that fight can be made. So we'll see what Usyk does from here. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Massive credit to both guys. Tony Bellew reminds me a lot of James J. Braddock, if anyone's ever heard of him. Not in a sense of skill, but just in a sense of the way their careers unfolded. Braddock fought at light heavyweight, came up short for the light heavyweight title, which Bellew did. Moved up to heavyweight, which technically is cruiserweight now in those days. And found his feet and did his thing and overachieved. Bellew is very, very similar. So massive credit has to go to both fighters. Tony Bellew, I wish him well. I wish him a good retirement. And, I hope he's made enough money to live comfortably. So those are my thoughts. I'm going to cover Dave Allen's fight as well, because that was an interesting fight. So stay tuned for that.